Now, as with every rule that becomes very valuable, there's always one exception. But look at this. Looky here. E in the barred position. So this is your barred E. The E shape, see? You can do it where I'm comfortable. I can do an E-shaped F here. Now I'm just playing a chord, so that could be the fourth of that C. It could be the root of the key of F. It could be the fifth of B flat. Something like that. But it doesn't matter. The point is that in the E box is the exception. Everything else practically, okay, A also has an S1A on the bottom, but that makes it easy if you think about it. Matter of fact, the S4L, if we look at the S4L right here, here's the S4L, we have an E shape on the bottom, but as part of an S4L pattern, half step, whole step, whole step, half, whole step, half. Alright, so what I wanted to say was that the long pattern for the E gets us back and says, I'm going to be the easy one now. So this is the capo patterns down here. Okay, so these guys are fun. And, we want to learn them too. We definitely want to learn them. I mean, this is it. You could play lead guitar with these things. Okay, so the E, we do an S4L and then a 5, 6, 7 root. One thing to remember about an S4L is that the top of it has a D, if I'm not mistaken, a D right there, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 always goes into a 5, 6 because that's part of an S3L. So you could take this S3L right here, and you could kind of like put it there. You could put it there and say, okay, this is going to be part of that. So that's going to be right there. See, it's like an S3L, but we're going to play the S4L on top of it, that kind of thing. There's a little overlap from the patterns there. So to be on the safe side, we just use the 2 string patterns. So you got to know what the top of an S4L is. You should know, because if you're starting on an E shape, you're going E, fifth of E is the C shape, fifth of the C shape is the G shape, fifth of the G shape is the D shape. So you're on the D shape. What's the fifth of the D shape is the A shape. Shape fitting, warped, involved. And then A shape, fifth of the A shape is going to be the E shape again. But look how easy the long pattern is. It says, E says, I'm sorry I was difficult. I'm going to make it easier here for the long pattern. This is okay. So this is the notes involved. We're going to start in the middle of an S3XL to take us away from that fret nut. This is the E box here, the E shape. We don't get the 7. Why? Because the guitar doesn't go that low. Mine does because it's a baritone guitar, but yours does not get that leading tone. You don't get this if you're tuned normal, because this would be your E. So let's do that S4L. Now with the D, we're going to go with the A shape. Where's it going to be? It's going to be right here. Okay, and then but we're going to do a long pattern there because you would have a fret nut there. So it's going to be the top part of an X3XL. We're going to call it S3XL root, and then we're going to just do an S4L on top. It fits perfectly. That's what I'm saying. The E gets us back and says, I know I was difficult during the barred pattern, so I'm going to be extra easy. just like that. Now, if I wanted to do that without making an Andy mistake, okay, and I can't get the capo here. I can't capo this. That was E. Okay, I can't capo this, but we can do we can do the E pattern anywhere. Okay, if I want to do it without the capo, I can do an E pattern. Let's say I put the capo on this G here. All right, so then we're going to go. The only black note I had to deal with accidental was this F sharp here. So the G gave me most of my visible notes there. If you're playing in the key of G on the piano, you know what you're doing is you're going, and then you don't want to hit that F natural. You want to stay away from those bad vibes. So in other words, you just play as if you were playing in C, but every time you hit the F natural, you hit an F sharp. So E has given us back. It's become easy. It's just a root. If you can see this, you see I even typed in the the letters involved here. It's S4L root. It's root 4, so it's root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then S4L 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's the E pattern right there. The only thing you have to do is know where how does that S4L sit on top of that S3XL, and I have that right here. Here's our S3XL. So what we're playing is root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You take the 5, 6, and you have your little mini 7 right there. Okay, so this is a little outtake from the S3L. Of course, we have all our patterns here because if we're using them, we got to get them on the chart so we can study that. Here's the S3L. So it's going to be the D is the top string in the S4L pattern. Okay, and then we go right in. We just, in the spirit of the S3L, we've got 5, 6, 7 root 2 right there. So here we are again. So we're looking at the E pattern. Now look at this. We could just use this chart for it also. Here, when we're doing an E-shaped long pattern, we're going to go root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go 5, 6, 7 root 2 as if it was the top part of an S3L there. Okay. Anytime you get that 7, you're going over unless it's warped by the tuning warp. So it's good to know that you're at the E shape again there. And then you just go up the S4L. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. Remember, we started 2, 3, 4 here, and we're going up to 2, 3, 4 there. This isn't warped over yet. But remember, we'll start here in an E shape, and we're going to end in a D shape. And guess what? Cage goes C-A-G-E-D. Or down here with me, it would be the E shape C and the D shape C. So the long pattern, I just mentioned this earlier and I want to make a point of it. The long pattern starts in one shape and goes to the next shape up the neck, which goes up one caged member. So right here we have our cage string circle. Okay, okay, this isn't the cage string circle. Okay, so here's our cage circle. So if we start on an E shape, we're going to end on a D shape. This is the cage circle. Egg shape.